cutdowns, okay? See, I got 40 people over there watching the other one. How can I get rid of the other one? How can I delete it while I'm... This is the one, so how can I... Create a studio? I just want to delete that.
Oh, it must be Windows. No, yeah, you put, yeah, you delete
Is that, are you sure that's...
Yeah, because that's the one that has process, you can process that. You can do that, or you put the other one. Well, it is actually,
Okay, so we're sure that we're still... Okay. Thank God we had music tonight. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Okay. Okay, guys, I apologize because I was trying some new stuff and I messed it up. Okay, I hope the sound is up loud enough, and if it's not, then I'm going to have to try and work it up. Panthers have no offensive line. That is very, very true. Everybody, thank you so much for being here, part of the Joe Boo Sports Report, bearing with me. It has been some trying times for me getting this stuff together. I apologize about the hiccup we had here, and let's go ahead and get my man Return of the Mac off of the screen here. Okay. It's just one of those nights where nothing seems to be going right. You miss one show and all of a sudden everything goes to crap. Hello friends, Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. And thank you for joining Spread the Mojo. Jeez. You know, I did that test 30 minutes before this show came on, and the music was sounding good, my voice was sounding good and everything. I don't know what happened between one and the other, why it's crackling and all that. It's a new editing software where we can actually go from different sites to different sites, and I am just trying to get it together. So hopefully the sound is good. Hopefully the program will be good. But let me start the show over by saying, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys for the support. Because I'll be honest, I hate to say this, but YouTube is crack. I'm a crack addict. I wake up in the morning, first thing thinking about, what am I going to talk about this morning with the Cowboys? All day long, I'm checking my phone. Let's see what's going on. What's going on with the Cowboys? Oh, there we go. There's some news on the Cowboys. Hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with some news on the Dallas Cowboys. And when it was gone, you then realize how it became such a big part of my life. You guys are a big part of my life. Every aspect of it, every single day. And when it's gone, it's like a death in the family. I went through every emotion in the world. I don't know how long this will be up. You know, there's people out there that want to get me. So we're going to have to change some things up here. I'm going to start making moderators for the live chats and the live streams. The nonsense that we had with the... Now, listen, there's nothing wrong with, generally talking trash about these other teams. But when we have people in here that are just evil, just want to start crap, that's not really here about football and life and things like that, we're just going to get rid of them. through this whole course of things, there's people that are going around and saying that, yeah, we got you shut down on YouTube. They're going to get you shut down on Vimeo, and this, and it's like, you know what? I went to see a great follower that's out there today in the hospital. It did my heart good because when I got there, he's been following for years. He always ends up sending, updates and stuff in case I missed something. And sometimes I'll say, I already did a video about that 2 hours ago. He's like, man, I hadn't had a chance to check your stuff out, but I know you're on top of things. But when I went into the hospital, he was watching a video. And his wife, it was so funny because she said, this is the third time we've met and everything else. But she said, you don't understand how you are like a brother. You are like part of the family because I'm used to always hearing your voice. She said, it's sad because we all know you, but you really don't know us. And that's what makes me realize that this is bigger than just me. So understand, when you have people that come after me, they're not only coming after me, they're coming after you, trying to take something that you like. So I need your help to help make sure that we keep this channel on the straight and narrow, because we got 8 days, 18 hours, 49 minutes, and 10 seconds until we kick off against the Carolina Panthers. And I damn sure want to be here for every single play. You're okay. It's fun. Nothing personal. To me, it's nothing personal. But let's get to the root of where all this hate really came from. And that's Earl Thomas. I know people in Dallas. I know people that cover the Cowboys and things like that. And somebody had given me kind of a tip that the Cowboys were interested in Earl Thomas. They were talking to Seattle, saying, hey, look, we'll throw in Orlando Scandrick. I went on with that, and then all of a sudden a firestorm started out. Literally, people were covering it all. I mean, I was like, damn, these people are quoting me in here, and it was just like wildfire. And then when Mike Fisher said, oh, there's nothing to this, blah, 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 then the venom came out. People who I had worked with and helped and everything else, they all of a sudden turned on me. And all of a sudden, these trolls started coming out. These people that only come out when there's bad times. But life is too short. You could be fighting for your life tomorrow. Why spend today hating somebody else? Because your job, or my job, all of our jobs are, if you are getting to the top of the mountain, hey, throw the rope down to the next guy. Help that guy get up there as well. Help your fellow man. There's too much hate in this world, in this country, and everything else. People are people. And let's get to that. Now, Earl Thomas. Here's an interesting note. Seattle says they're interested in trading Earl Thomas, but they haven't gotten anything higher than a third-round offer. There's also reports that there's several teams that are interested in trading for Earl Thomas. People want Earl Thomas besides the Cowboys. Now, that may be talk put out by Seattle, trying to force the Cowboys' hands and basically saying, we'll take a second-round pick. Let's do something here. Because, let's face it, Earl Thomas is never playing in Seattle again. And if he does show up on the 29th of October, he's sure as hell not going to put his body on the line for you. I'm trying to pat myself on the back again. Okay. If you say so, we might get Earl Thomas after week 3.
Isn't that what I said?
Seattle is trying to get Dallas to bite. Well, of course, yeah, I agree with you on that, Cam. And this is where yesterday I put out a video on Vimeo, and thank everybody for watching me on Vimeo, because we're going to be on Vimeo, sharing to YouTube. I got some great broadcasting software. I just got to learn how to use it. I mean, this is literally studio quality equipment, so we'll be able to do things that we just couldn't do before. That is, if my technology short self could figure out how to do it. We're going to talk about the Panthers game, Michael Clark, starting Sunday, because tomorrow is the big day when we find out who are our 53 men that are going to be on our roster. We've already started out with Kona Ely being cut. This guy this morning, I said that I believe he's going to be cut. I said Chaz Green needs to be cut. Pooper Rush, That's right. I didn't say Cooper. I said Pooper Rush. I'm not sure Pooper Rush is qualified to be the backup quarterback. And I'm just wondering where all the people that said we need Cooper Rush to start over Dak. This offseason, this preseason, I should say, we had all of 43 points on offense, which is the lowest total that the Cowboys have had in preseason in the Jerry Jones era. Now, keep in mind, we didn't play our horses. Usually the third game of the preseason, you're playing your starters into the third quarter, which may have made a difference. Understand we never played Zeke Elliott. Understand we never had all of our receivers there together as well as our offensive line. Our offensive line, we're still going to be short one man. But we still didn't have Zach Martin in there, and we were doing a lot of new things and so forth and trying a lot of different combinations. Now, if you think about Dak Prescott and we start talking about points, you guys are going to say, yeah, because Dak sucks. Well, hold on. Dak was in for 3 drives. And in those 3 drives, the Cowboys got 17 points, 2 touchdowns and a field goal. I'll take that. And that's without Zeke Elliott. What you know about this offense is going to be is, I'm calling it the death by 1,000 cuts. Because there's not one cut that's going to kill you. There's no Antonio Brown that'll kill you one blow. It's going to be Zeke Elliott running for 3, 4, 5 yards. Zeke Elliott running for 7, 8 yards. Zeke Elliott running for 4 yards. Then it's going to be Cole Beasley in the slot for 8, 9 yards. Then it's going to be Michael Gallup for 12, 15 yards. It's going to be Allen Hurns on the outside. And if they're smart, it might be Rico Gathers somewhere in the middle there. There's not one thing to focus on if you're a defense. You got to keep your head on a swivel. And if we can, I don't want to hear that dink and dunk Dak, okay, Raging Cajun. I don't want to hear that. But understand, the identity of this offense is ball control. Don't get turnovers, because turnovers are game changers. I told you guys, in my mind, the season hinged on one fumble. A fumble punt by Ryan Switzer. And I don't mean to make him the scapegoat because he's no longer here. But that fumble changed the complexion of that game against the Rams. And if we had beat the Rams in that game, the season would have looked totally different. We would have been 10-6. We would have beat the Rams. So everybody's like, oh, the Rams, they're great. That's how significant a turnover is. Because once they got that, boom, they got an easy score. They got some momentum. They had the ball before the half. They got the ball to start the second half. And by that time, the defense was worn out. And that's where this offense, it's always been little sisters of the poor defense, the redheaded stepchild that needs the offense to save them. But here was something interesting today. Tony Romo. And for all you guys out there that hate Dak because you still believe in Tony Romo, Tony ain't coming back. Tony, unfortunately, got let down by coaching and a lack of defense. Because as much as I love Troy Aikman would not have a ring if it weren't for that defense. That number 1 ranked defense that got him the ball. He would not have rings if he did not have that running game with Emmitt Smith. And don't kid yourself and say, oh, he could have won it without those guys, because that's bullcrap. In the same way, Roger Staubach wouldn't have won those Super Bowls without Tony Dorsett and without the Doomsday defense. It's more than just a one-man game. And last year, you didn't have those components like the Cowboy teams of the past. As much as everybody talks about how great Troy Aikman was, Troy Aikman had one season with 20 touchdowns or more. One. You have the all-time leading running back in your backfield. So don't give me this crap that, oh, Dak, well, he can't do it. You know, because we saw what not having a quarterback does in 2015. We had a great offensive line. We had a above average running attack. We were 4th in the NFL in rushing, yet these stiffs couldn't win but one damn game. So don't give me this crap that Dak is just a bus driver. That's right, I'm coming with some fire because I'm ready to fight for my Dallas Cowboys. I'm ready to fight for this season, and I am motivated as heck. Because that's the reality of it. The Dallas Cowboys' identity is we're going to punch you in the mouth with the running game, and then we're going to, after we bludgeon you, we're going to hit you with precise passing. And we're going to control the clock. But the problem with that when we had Tony Romo is we never had that defense. And Tony Romo, after saying that he thinks that Jacksonville versus the Green Bay Packers we're going to be in the Super Bowl together, has kind of backed away a little bit on Jacksonville because they lost their wide receiver. Hasn't backed off on Green Bay. But when it was asked about the Dallas Cowboys, how do you think the Dallas Cowboys are going to do? He said, well, look, the Dallas Cowboys look to have a defense like they did in the 90s. He said, I think they're going to be 10-6. Wait a minute. Wait. Because understand this. Understand when you are a Dallas Cowboy, former player, and you turn and become one of the talking heads. Just like if you are a football coach and your son's on the team, you have to be harder on your son. You have to show there is no bias. Because they'll just say, you're just a homer. You're not credible. You're just going to pick the Cowboys because you played for them. That's why Troy Aikman is always so hard on Dallas. That's why he's always downplaying them. And you'll notice whenever a former Cowboy goes to ESPN, it's almost like they do some mind, some Vulcan mind meld or mind trick or something on them, and they just turn their mind so that way they're anti-Cowboys. And you look at him and it's like, is he on something saying that? Because even if it's not true, they're forced to say it to keep their job. So the fact that Tony Romo said that he thinks the Cowboys are going to be 10-6, knowing that he works for the talking heads, that the narrative is the Cowboys stink, and we want to say that they stink because that's what we know sells media. Tony Romo thinks we'll be 10-6. I think we'll be 11-5. With a little bit of luck, a few calls, and some health. I may be crazy. I may be a homer, but that's how I feel. As I look around our division, the Redskins, okay, yeah, they got AP. AP's going to have some good games. Then he's going to have some crappy games. I'm still not sold on Alex Smith because it seems like whenever the Redskins get a quarterback, he's going to be great, yet ends up falling on his face. The Giants, do you really believe in Eli at this point? In the twilight of his career, the 2-time Super Bowl MVP? That was a long time ago. A really long time ago. And the Eagles, they've got a lot of injuries already. Guys that are coming back from injuries after having a short season, having a tougher schedule, having the book out on them where they're no longer a secret. They're going to come back down to earth. I know, right now the schedule looks tough. But you don't know what teams are going to be last year's New York Giants that you think are Super Bowl favorites. Because that's what happens in the NFL. As much as everybody is basically looking at everybody who was a playoff team last year, okay, there's our top 15 teams, or all the teams that were playoffs or close to the playoffs, and the teams that were bad last year, we're just going to say they're bad. Not realizing that they're going to be switching and flip-flopping places. Because usually only two things you can count on in the NFL. New England's good and going to make the playoffs, and the Cleveland Browns are bad and won't. Everything else in there just kind of goes all over the place. So that's where we are with the NFL. It's going to be interesting, to say the least, how these teams come out. The Eagles start out with Atlanta. And I know Brethren's in here talking smack, and and that's one of those games that's like, God, if the Eagles lose, I'm going to have to listen to Brethren for weeks. If the Eagles win, then I'm going to have to listen to Eagle fans. And talk about being between a rock and a hard place. That was as bad as a Super Bowl. It's like, do I want New England to win to have more Super Bowls than us? Do I want the Eagles to finally win and get a Super Bowl? It's like, do you want a knife in the gut or do you want it up in the head? It don't matter. Either one's going to kill you. But let's be honest now. Preseason's meaningless. And you look at the preseason all the way around the NFC East, that's some of the worst football you've ever seen. So we don't know what we don't know. So it's all conjecture. Brethren, okay. Cam Billings. Brethren's was that last season, get over it. Okay. Wentz won't survive our defense. And that's what you got to be happy about. Okay, so far, the bloodletting has started. Kona Ely has been let go. Like I said this morning, I was going through and I said, Kona Ely would probably be one of them. I said, Chaz Green better be one of them. Pooper Rush, that guy that you were looking at last year that everybody said maybe he should be starting over Dak. I want to find somebody out there now who says he needs to start over Dak. Because I got to be honest with you, what I've saw from him and Mike White, any of you guys that are saying Dak's a bum, I don't know where you're getting a quarterback. Now, there's rumors that RG3 is going to be released. And places that they believe he's going to go could be the Raiders, the Panthers, the Bucks, the Rams, or the Cowboys. The Cowboys. How would you guys feel about having RG knee in Dallas? I'll be honest with you. It'd be an improvement of what we have right now. And usually that's kind of where we have been with Tony Romo. It's been basically, Tony, if you're gone, the season's over. So, other quarterbacks that are out there, Paxton Lynch. Scott Linehan wanted Paxton Lynch, remember. He can get gotten for a potted meat sandwich. After that, well, I could give you an idea, but Jerry Jones would never go for it. But it would be one of those ideas that maybe the NFL will be like, maybe that's just what we need, Jerry. Why don't you take the bullet for the NFL? And that would be sign Colin Kaepernick, since the judge ended up killing the arbitration and sent it to court. Because if somebody hired Colin Kaepernick, then you can say, well, what do you mean? We didn't keep him out of the NFL. Hey, he's got a job. He's working in the NFL. Mike is pointing at me.
There was rumor that I saw it on, and I saw it, Paxton Lynch's team.
Denver.
Denver was interested in signing him. They said hell no.
Okay, well, Denver. Okay, well, Denver's interested in signing Kaepernick.
But they were, but he said hell no.
Okay, so that's where we are right there. What's up, guys? Thank everybody for being here. I'm trying to, I've got to figure out how to magnify this thing more or find my glasses because it's hard reading it. David Short, I definitely don't want Paxton Lynch. I really don't want, at this point, listen, let's be honest. Let's not kid ourselves. If Dak goes down for any length of time, the season's over. I don't care if you have RG knee. He can't make it through a game. I don't care if you got Paxton Lynch. It ain't going to make a difference. At least these guys know the offense and the players. And that's their mistake for not addressing this sooner. Maybe they didn't call Vinny Testaverde. So let's just hope that Dak can still take a hit like he did in Atlanta, because Lord knows, if he could get up from that game, there ain't much that you can do to him. We're screwed if we lose Dak. I'm glad to hear some people actually say that now, because there's so many people that are like, Dak's a bum, we can't win with them. But here's the saving grace here, guys. The saving grace may be, for once, as Tony Romo put it, you're going to have a tough defense like you had in the 90s. If you have a defense that can get turnovers, that can get stops, that doesn't give up 30-plus points or more at home, all of a sudden, that makes things a whole lot different because turnovers are key. If you win the turnover battle, generally speaking, you are going to win the war. And if you can get sacks, sacks are one of those statistics that, generally speaking, teams that make the Super Bowl are in the mid-40s or higher in sacks. Last year we had 38 or 39, which is the highest we've been in a long time because most years we've been around 28, 29 sacks. So if you can get sacks, if you can get turnovers, if you can give the football to your offense on a short side of the field, you're going to score more points. You're going to demoralize the other team. You're going to start that snowball rolling like it did against the Rams when they basically got the ball on the 12-yard line, easy score. All of a sudden, we're feeling good about ourselves after playing like crap. We're still in the game. My pick for Thursday, brethren will probably be picking my nose because that's about how much I care about the two teams. RG3 can win a game for us.
Might be okay with that line.
Now, he did have the Redskins stank on him, and he did have the Cleveland Browns stank on him. He did look better in Baltimore. But I don't know. Like I said, to me, that's one of those ones that you go, So, in my mind, as you're looking at the roster, maybe you cut Cooper Rush. Maybe you cut him and say, maybe there's a defensive lineman we might want to keep. Maybe we want to keep an extra offensive lineman because, we don't know about Travis Frederick. And that's the game you have to play with the 53-man roster. Personally, I think the NFL needs to bump it up to 60. And there's a lot of good reasons to do that because you're going to lose players. You're going to have to re-sign other players. And the guys from 53 to 60 would be peanuts. I mean, you can't be talking about more than $3 or $4 million at most to keep 6 other guys on the team. And when you look at somebody like Aaron Donald's getting $136 million, $136 million, $87 million guaranteed. That, my friends, has put one hell of an incentive for DeMarcus Lawrence. Playing on that franchise tag for that $17 million, he's like, yeah. I get me about 15, 16 sacks. I'm getting that kind of money. So you look for DeMarcus Lawrence to be playing lights out. You're going to look at a guy like Tyrone Crawford who knows I'm rather expensive. I got a whole lot of young bucks that are behind me. I got to play well to stay on the field and to keep a job with the Cowboys because they can look at this and say, you're making $9.5 million? We got Malik Collins who now can play tackle because of Ward playing so well in the middle. And we got a Brian Price. We can scratch you off the list and save some money and have some more money for other players because that's how the NFL works. So he's going to be playing like his job depends on it because his job depends on it. And now you got Randy Gregory, who the man-child, as Vash Lombardi likes to call him, is hungry. He's excited. He needs his fix to take care of other issues. He's going to be hungry. He's going to want to show people what his value was that he lost. Then you got a guy like Taco. Taco's going to be fighting to try and stay on the field too. Now that he's developed some moves, put on a little weight, got that rookie year behind him. So you're looking at a defense that might be letting the dogs out. For once, a defense that's going to not be the redheaded stepchild for the offense. Still think we let go of Crawford, no matter how well he plays. Well, letting him go this year still is going to cost you $9.5 million. And that may be true, but whether or not he's playing for us, he's auditioning for his next gig as well. So that's where the incentive is. He's not going to just kind of say, oh, well, I'm going to get cut at the end of the year, so I'm not going to do jack. No, he's going to be playing lights out. Never had a losing season with Dak. I agree. We sure haven't. Let's hope it's not one this year. But I believe in this team. I actually think that we actually have some really good parts. You know, the experts will tell you we have a terrible wide receiving core. But I got to tell you, in the limited time that I saw Cole Beasley was zip, 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 zip. He was hot sauce. He looked like he was ready to rock and roll. And if you're going to put him in the slot, you're going to move him outside. If you're going to go ahead and move him all over the place and make it a little less predictable, have him run more than 4 or 5 routes, give the defense more to think about. And with Michael Gallup, I know he's a rookie, and wide receivers as rookies don't usually do really, really well. They don't come out like Odell Beckham very often. But I got to tell you, I believe he's got star written all over him. I think he's going to be a beast. Brethren, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't want to hear that kind of language in this channel. We're not putting up with that anymore. So don't be calling people blank to blanks. Got it? Again, I am not going to have that in here any longer. So everybody understand this is the new improved football talk. If you want to talk a little trash about football, fine. But we're not going to have that kind of stuff in here. I'm just not doing it. Anybody that acts up, we're going to go ahead and let you go. And that's what you need, Montana, 100%. When you looked at, as much as Dak gets flack, the fact that we lost 2 games back-to-back at home, giving up scoring 30 points. Scoring 30 points back-to-back at home and lose is unbelievable. It's something that had never happened in the NFL. Unfortunately, Jason Garrett has all the records that you don't really want to have for the Dallas Cowboys, and that's one of them. Losing 2 games at home back-to-back, scoring 30 points. Amen, Zeus. You're right. I just need to block him. Do I think Dez will get picked up tomorrow? That's a good question. But I kind of doubt it, because here's the thing with Dez. Dez is always one of those ones that, it took him some time to learn the offense and things like that. And you're talking about bringing him in the week before the season starts? How much of an impact do you think Dez is going to have for a team? Pull out my belt. There you go. Yeah, you're right. Thank you, Adam. I agree. But so there's plenty of places you guys can go and do that stuff. I'm not going to have personal attacks. Like I said, I let some of this stuff go because I believe in freedom of speech and everything else. But when you start messing up the channel for everybody, then it's just time to go. And Cameron, you are 100% right on that one. Mike, how did you say you do that? When I click on the 3 dots, it's not doing that.
It should pop up.
It says go to channel report, remove, put user in timeout, hide user from channel.
Yeah, if you want to make mine.
Oh, there we go. Cam, Cam, you're now a moderator there, buddy, since you brought it up. Jackie, you've got the power. You are now a moderator. So if you see some stuff that's kind of out of board, because we got to keep the Joe Boo Sports Report going. We got to get this mojo going. Put them in timeout. Do whatever you got to do. Understand, Boss Jackie, and you better not mess with Miss Jackie, is in charge. Along with Cam. I am glad to be back too, my man. You'll keep him in check. Amen. There you go, Cam. I see you got that wrench up there. Knock him upside the head with that wrench. We made one move, Chavis Ward. We traded for Parker Edge something or other. He's not going to play center. He's basically depth for tackles. And I think they're kind of worried about backup tackles. The fact that they've still been trying to hold out hope for Chaz Green. With Chaz Green, I think it is at this point, it is more mental than anything else. Because I looked at him, really watched him last night, and his technique is gone. I know that this is not the technique that they're teaching. He is playing, excuse my language, titty games is what our coach used to call them. Excuse me, I'm not trying to be fresh or anything. So, Miss Jackie, don't put me in timeout. Don't put me in timeout, Miss Jackie. But what that means is, in football, the low man wins. You got to get leverage. So that's why the defensive linemen are taught, get in low, push off, get your hands and control the body. If you can get underneath the shoulder pads and stuff, then they're kind of up on their toes and they don't have leverage. And that's Chaz Green right now. Chaz Green is almost upright like this. See, what you want to actually have your body is, I like to call it the Z, because you have your upper body is lean. You got your butt kind of dropped back, and you've got your knees bent, because then that way you're down low, you can move, you can shuffle, but when you're standing straight up and you get hit, you get rocked, and boom, they're past you. And that's where Chaz Green is right now. He has no confidence. He needs to go someplace where he's not in the spotlight. The volume's too low. Okay, I'm not going to, well, let me see if I can, hold on, adjust it. Hold on. Unfortunately, after everything happened, audio input, hold on, hang on. Line in, okay. Let me see if we can change the setting. Give me 1 second. Properties. I'm trying to remember how. Get here. I apologize, guys. You know, I end up missing just a little bit of time and everything goes to crap. And changing over to the system here. Okay, is that any better, guys? Or is that still kind of low? Every time I touch something, you get, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I got to just grab the bike. You're right about that. I'm trying to remember, God, there's a way to do this. Default, I don't want to go to default. Okay, Miss Jackie's got the juice here. Okay. Properties. It's not changing. Okay, cancel that. Hang on, hold on. One more try. Advanced, that's where it is. Advanced audio properties, yay. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second here, and I'm going to be blowing your eardrums. You know, I wish actually I could just hire somebody to just do this stuff, so that way all I have to do is just show up. Okay. Let's see if that did it. Okay, hopefully that's louder. I'm seeing it's peaking a lot louder now. And let me know if that's good. Hopefully I didn't lose everybody in the chat here. Okay. You know what, David? I would love to have a producer. In fact, I would take a producer and, you know, as long as you will work for food, I will feed you all of the chicken wings, all of the pulled pork, and all of the rum and cigars that person can have to be my producer. So anybody who wants that position, please let me know, because I definitely need it. Brethren, listen. I talk trash. No, I'm going to go ahead and address this. Brethren, I talk trash about other teams. I don't go after people. I do not go after people. Yes, if somebody says something stupid, a troll and all that, I would go back after them. I'm not even going to do that. I'm just going to ignore the trolls. Now, I'm still trying to understand why last night when your team was getting their butt kicked, getting their teeth knocked out, you were all over my chat talking about the Cowboys. Now, I'm a diehard Dallas Cowboy fan. I understand you want to give us some ribbing, but why aren't you hanging with, the birds of another feather? Your own team. That's what I don't seem to understand. If you are a Falcons fan and your team is playing in preseason, you spent the whole show, and I believe if I check, I bet you watched from the beginning credits to the end credits. But one thing I don't do is I try and look out for other people. I don't maliciously just say, I'm going to pick on that guy. That's not me. It never has been. You're right about that. Like I said, man, because dude's trying to take something from me. Dudes are trying to steal all of you guys from me and live off of them. Make fun of me. Oh, yeah, we got Mark Holmes. No, stop that. Quality over quantity, Mark. Block, and block some more. Well, you're going to see, Nate, what you're going to see with the channel is we're going to be changing some things up. We're going to start doing, with the new platform Vimeo, it's truly like, as opposed to just doing, a video just like we're doing like this, it's truly production type quality things that we're going to be able to do. And if my man Law Nation, if my boy Vosh Lombardi, and some of the other guys, Ari Timken and things, are wanting to be part of it, I want to do shows, do my Don't Sleep on the Dallas Cowboys report in the morning and do it live for 15 minutes. Do Final Word on the Cowboys at night for about 15 minutes live. And then have like a featured show with like me and Vosh, half an hour-long show, whatever. And it's him, OG, and Young Gun. And bring that stuff to you guys because ESPN is trying to get into this market now. But ESPN is covering too much. You can't cover all 32 teams. They only focus on the Cowboys, but they don't really cover the Cowboys like a fan wants them to cover them. They're going to cover them with the Cowboys suck. Their quarterback can't do anything. Their owner's an idiot, and that's what you're going to get. It's not real news or it's not real coverage of it. Some breaking news? Oh, okay. Every time I see Michael walking around with a cell phone like this, it's like, okay, what happened? Okay, it's just Cliff. Tell Cliff I said hello and I need to get him back on the show. Thank you, Wayne. I appreciate that. So we're going to be changing and evolving the channel, and I truly believe that this year is going to be a great year for us. Excuse me. This one live stream, and my voice gets out of shape. Justin, Carolina's offensive line is really banged up, and I can see our defensive line feasting. Where's your Jimmy Johnson? We'll save how about them Cowboys until we get some wins. Okay, let's not start bringing out how about them Cowboys till we do something. And right now, preseason, we didn't do nothing. And preseason doesn't do anything like that, Bet. Cowboys always have bad news. You came here because you got tired of ESPN FS1. Oh, man. Thank you. I'm out of focus a little bit. Yeah, it looks clear on my feed here. Well, I had to switch. For whatever reason, I did the pre-show and I was working with the Mevo and everything else, which was, night and day difference quality. But for whatever reason, you guys said the mic kept breaking up. So I've got to go back through, figure out if one of the cables has, kind of gotten unplugged or something happened in there that messed it up and figure out what's going on, because I really would rather use that camera and go ahead and get it on the Vimeo. Vimeo, it's actually my storage. I own it. Because of your guys' donations, we paid for a year's worth of service, and I've got 7 terabytes. So every video that I put in there, I can always get back to. Everything I did on my other channel, somewhere in cyberspace that I can't get access to it. Gregory and Lawrence are going to feast this week 1. Let's hope so. Do y'all live in the past every day? Well, brethren, what do you live in? Your Falcons got nothing. Zeke is definitely hungry. Yeah, Nate, and that's the thing about Vimeo, which is why Vimeo is a movie-making like platform. That's the kind of stuff that usually happens on there. They're not people like me doing stuff on there. In fact, because earlier today I hit 700 subscribers, and since we just started on Sunday, I was getting notifications from Vimeo that were like, you can't buy subscribers, because people that were subscribing had never been on Vimeo before. So they're looking at this and they're saying only one subscriber, and it's just me. So they're thinking I'm going to one of those bot farms where they're just going out and sending people there buying time trying to make my channel go viral. And I'm like, no, I had 26,000 subscribers. I said I'm a sports blogger, and they're trying to find me. So that's why it's growing the way it's growing. If we have bad news so much, why are we here? Love it, Jackie. Hit him upside the head with that wrench. Mark ain't taking. You're right, man. Well, listen, no more Mr. Nice Guy. No, I'm going to still be Mr. Nice Guy, because that's really my personality. But we just can't. We just cannot let this channel get running amok, because I love you guys too much. I like that, Justin. Google the most accomplished NFL teams, and Atlanta is at the bottom of the list. Mark is the man. I appreciate that. How did you get the wrench? You got the wrench because I made her a moderator, so that way she's got the power and can block people that start acting up. And I appreciate Miss Jackie. When I see you, I'm gonna make sure I bring some extra pulled pork and chicken wings for you. Do I like Ward for the O lineman for the Chiefs? Well, here's the reality. He was going to get cut. We have too many. We're actually deep in cornerbacks. We're deep in defensive line. The fact that we at least try and get somebody else for a guy that's probably going to get cut, I'm happy with that. Can't say that I know that much about the offensive line that we got. He played in one game last year because he tore his ACL. Kona Eli got cut thus far, at least before the show. That was the only person that I knew had gotten cut. The Cowboys usually wait till the last minute to make their cuts, so no team really has an advantage of starting to pull players and stuff like that. But you can best believe the Turk tomorrow will be knocking on guys' locker. Miss Jackie, originally I planned on going to the Atlanta game, but I didn't know that my wife planned our vacation that weekend. I told her, yeah, honey, we'll go on vacation anytime. Yeah, whenever. It's just not during football season. And she didn't realize that was the opening weekend.
The Carolina game, not the Atlanta.
Oh, the Carolina game. Oh, okay. Well, here's the thing. I've got to see if I can do the Atlanta game. What I planned on doing was renting the RV, doing a road trip, going down there, doing a big tailgate and stuff. But with the loss of the Cowboy Joe Boo channel, you make a little bit of money with YouTube. And what I usually use with the money with YouTube was, as you see, buying more equipment and things like that. And whenever we did like the road trips and stuff, that was financed from the videos I was doing. Since this channel is just starting over, there is no monetization on it. So I'm gonna have to see if I can get more work done with my day job to support a trip down there. So we'll see. I'm not gonna give up on that. I know I'm gonna be at the Redskin game. I know I have to go to Dallas for at least one game, and we'll see about the Atlanta game. Although I'm not sure I wanna go around Atlanta with brethren. That guy might be a little cracked, a little touched, a little stalkerish. Bye, Felicia, laugh out loud. YouTube money is pretty lit. Well, that is if you're popular. I'm not scared of Atlanta. I'm scared of you, okay? I've seen some of your Facebook pictures. I know you've been in the military, dude. You know? You might be pulling out that rifle and shooting me, you know? Especially after the Cowboys come to town and kick your ass. Illuminati cut. Okay. Down here in Mexico, we believe the Dallas Cowboys is Super Bowl this year. Well, I'm not going to try and jinx that. Here's what I say is, this team from 2014 has all of 11 players still on the team. This team is now one of the youngest teams in the NFL, which is something that you love. And not just young because they suck and they just have all new draft picks. They're young with some studs. I'll take DeMarcus Lawrence against anybody. I'll take Sean Lee when healthy against anybody. And right now, I'll take Jalen Smith against anybody out there. I'll put money on Zach Martin. If Tyron Smith is healthy, I'll put money on him. I will take Zeke Elliott against anybody. And I believe in Dak Prescott. So I look at this team that's that young, that's that hungry, that doesn't know anything about Cowboys in the past, that's seen the Eagles win one. I believe this team is hungry for some victories. And I think we can make the playoffs, and we'll see what happens when we get there. So that's all I can tell you. Wow, tickets for Sunday's game around $350 and up. Damn.
I could believe it.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, we would have between the. Oh wow, that's a big chunk of change.
We were just tailgating.
I mean, that's like Jerry money.
I would have been okay just tailgating at that stadium.
Yeah, well, Mike, we'll get it back together again, man. Don't worry, we'll get it back together. I mean, it's not like we haven't done some. I mean, we went to training camp. We went to the Redskin game last year. We went to the Eagles game.
Wait. You know how we got to the Eagles?
But I met Miss Jackie at the Eagles game, so that was the highlight
You
there.
know how we got to the Eagles game?
What?
Those people right there, they were talking to help us get there.
Well, that's true.
They did.
Actually,
Last minute.
with all of you fans out there, that's the reason why we've done any of this stuff, because everything you see here, even though I can't figure out how to use the stuff, it's because of your guys' support.
Maybe might help us get to 1 or 2 games this season.
Well, we'll see. But guys, it's going on 10:30. Oh, we need.
I gotta do a little promotion.
Let's convert the channel here.
You don't need to convert it.
I mean, just make some room here for the chip off the old block. Let's turn
Bring
that
that
off.
in the making and it's out.
Okay. The chip off the old block here, who's going to help us end the show. And I got to be honest with you.
Oh, family. Oh, there you go.
Listen, we got 120 people in here. Considering that I just got the channel back 10 hours ago, thank you guys, okay? If you know or see some of our good fans in there, I'm not talking about the crazy ones.
They'll get blocked.
Some of the good fans in there that you know were true fans of the show. Send them a little message. Hit them up on the other line and say, hey, shh, don't tell everybody. Mark and Joe Boo. Spread the mojo. Because we need you guys, because our Dallas Cowboys need our support. And we as Cowboy fans need to stick together. And of course, slide on. I know you don't want to get too close to your dad and all that, but come.
Too many cords in the way.
Okay, all right. Yeah, it's literally a death trap in here. It's like a net.
It's not you, it's the cords.
Well, yeah, it's a lot because I've been just like throwing stuff
I
on.
know.
Man, I got a lot of work to do. And what's great is, let me explain something to you guys. Before let me do this real quick.
I'm too excited though.
Understand? Slow your roll. Relax. Woosah. Breathe.
We already got two already.
Okay. If any of you guys have a significant other, see, I have a strong black woman, and I mean a strong black woman that I love to death. And when I say strong, she scares the piss out of me. but I love her to death because she keeps me on the straight and narrow. And a lot of times, like on a Friday night, because like, you always do a show on Friday night. That should be date night. So date night became Saturday night. And it's like, yeah, but honey, I just got my channel back. I got new software that I got to learn with this other channel. We're a week away from the season. It's like, I need to spend some time getting this stuff together. So I don't have meltdowns like we had in the beginning of the show. So tomorrow she's got a birthday party to go to. Oh, with the girls, and I can't go. So we'll be working on this stuff tomorrow. So you'll probably see a couple of live stream tests and stuff in there. And anyway, in case you guys do not know, my son, Michael Anthony, him and his sister were motivating forces for me because I can't believe they took my channel away from me. What did I do? I was spreading the mojo and they're like, Dad, man up. Don't be no punk. So Michael, now that I've made you wait and embarrassed, he's like,
yeah, you're embarrassed me.
He's like, God, I can't believe it's my dad.
No, you embarrassed
What's
me.
the exciting news that you have?
Oh, 3 months in the making, and I finally have my Rico Gathers documentary out on my page live right now. Right now.
Right now. And I've seen him working on it. I mean, because we were riding today to see my man up in Maryland, sitting in traffic and stuff, and he's still editing. He's like, I've been working on this thing for 3 months. I've been getting together all these clips and everything else, and I've been working on it. And don't put that out in the universe. Don't put that out in the universe. But
it's good to go.
I'm really proud of him because he has been working his tail off on his YouTube channel and stuff. He's been helping, letting people know when stuff hit the fan with the channel, putting me on with his channel and stuff.
You have to thank everybody in the group.
Yeah, I do.
Because everybody is putting in work.
Yeah, everybody has.
To keep everybody notified what's going on.
That's right. So E2 Blue, Law
Cowboy
Nation,
Crunk,
Foots,
Cowboys Crunk.
Dallas Cowboys, DMV Dallas Cowboys, Cowboy Crunk, and even, oh my God, I hate to do this. My God. Philly 500. Did you get that?
Yeah, he's good people.
Philly 500.
He's been behaving on my channel.
Even
Steve Miller Beeman too.
Even Cowboys Legend, because Cowboys Legend and I, man, it hasn't been pretty. Cowboys Legend was like, dude, what happened to your channel? I'm like, I don't know.
At least he reached
It's
out.
gone.
At least he reached out to
He
you.
reached out and he's like, you'll get it back. Yeah, you'll get it back. And even, this is what's crazy because I even was talking with EDP.
He's got people there.
EDP, yeah, he is.
Even though he acts a certain way on his channel.
I was showing him, I was like, EDP, I know your channel's been shut down a couple times and stuff. I said, have you seen that? He's like, dude. He's like, what the fuck did you do? What did you do? He's like, I've never seen anything like that. Get it away from me. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what I did. So let me thank all of the other YouTubers out there that have been, even South of Heaven. My man does the jerseys and stuff. He's out there, and well, there's some other ones that are out there that are doing some joke ones as well. And it's kind of like, I can't believe that people like to talk about, but whatever. But thank everybody who's been there supporting me. I've gotten more emails, text messages, Instagram, Twitter. There's SoCal. He's been doing memes of me. I don't know if it's what do you call it? What are those things? Bitmojis.
Yeah, Bitmojis. Yeah.
Dude, why got me so? I know I got a couple of pounds, a little baby fat here, but damn, do I gotta look like the Michelin Man in your memes? But he's been doing some really good ones from, and promoting the channel, because on Instagram you'll see like a newspaper with a Bitmoji on there that's kind of fat, that's like, breaking news, we're back and stuff. So it's support like that makes me feel completely loved, and it almost makes me want to cry. And I just can't thank you guys enough, man. Because I was sitting here looking at this like, how the heck is this happening 2 weeks before the season starts? It's like, what did I do? But if you guys haven't checked out Michael Anthony Fitness, my son, go to his channel, subscribe, like it, everything else. Check out his documentary on Rico. He is a true Rico fan. Oh, actually, you know what? I forgot to talk about. How could I forget to talk about Rico?
I've been a Rico Dallas fan ever since he got drafted.
Right.
That's how far it's been. I heard his name. Like, I need to do some research.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe I did touch on it and I forgot. But Rico.
Well, Jerry Jones kind of hinted.
Jerry, that's what I say about Jerry, though. You don't know, because Jerry is always over here saying, "Oh, Des Bryant, he's in our plans," and he's cut.
Well, we already knew that Des Bryant would get cut.
So Jerry says Rico is, he's definitely, a player we want to keep it on. But see, Jerry just talks. The real work is done over here. Jerry's over here talking, but the real work and decisions made over here. And they're taking more and more control from Jerry Jones. At least that's my feeling. So take what Jerry says with a grain of salt. That could be a way of trying and get people to want to make a trade for him. But I personally think that would be a mistake. Rico, I'm sorry. With hands like that, you have to find a way to use them. You have to. And not only hands, size like that. It's literally like him playing against a 10-year-old, little short kid. I can reach, This is like I put my hand on his head. He can't get anywhere near me,
Yeah. But
And that's where Rico is. He can catch with one hand. He can reach
over and steal the ball.
Get the ball. Come on. You telling me you can't find something that I understand. But
he's better
did
than Chaz Green.
you see any Chaz Green blocks with him?
Not what I
didn't see Chaz Green blocks. I did not see him do a single Chaz Green. I would take him at tackle before Chaz Green right now. Seriously. I would play him at tackle before I would play Chaz Green. That is the honest truth. And with that being said, we've been in overtime, although we kind of started late because I suck.
Yeah, so you really been on from us an hour.
Yeah, sorry I messed up the first feed.
Yeah, you've been on from us
but
over an hour.
Everybody, thank you. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so that way we can start getting this thing rolling again, so you'll get notified when I'm on. And hopefully with this channel, as we get through, maybe the other channel comes back. I don't know. I just don't know. Hopefully we can remake this so it's more fan friendly and less of the BS from some of the unruly fans. Miss Jackie, as well as Cam, thank you for moderating tonight.
My man's in here too.
Who's that?
The Rico Gathers highlight guy. He's always on my page.
Oh, Rico Gathers. Hey, shout out. Okay.
He just puts some highlights of Rico Gathers on his page.
All right, one last question here. Should Michael Anthony be on my feeds on the live streams more or not?
Probably yes.
Huh? Like it says, probably yes. Okay. College. Oh, God. I can't do college football. If I started doing college football, I'd be divorced. My wife's like, look, you can't do another sport. You spend too much time on NFL. You cannot do another sport. But at least she's got The Walking Dead, literally. Oh, my God.
I don't know how she does it.
It's just too much. It's too much violence. My wife started watching. We had a little thing at our house here last weekend, and somebody told her, "Oh, check out the Walking Dead." So she started on Saturday. She's on season 4 already. I came home. Where did we come up?
Blues.
We went to E2 Blues' house. We left. She was on the couch watching. Came back at 11 o'clock at night. She's still on the couch watching. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to bed. We go upstairs. She's like, oh, you mind if I watch some TV? Walking Dead. Last night. 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm laying there sleeping. All of a sudden I hear go, ah! I'm like, what the fuck? And Walking Dead is on. I'm like, look. You are hooked. I mean, that's some haircut. Why you gotta bust on my hair, man? I'm just happy I got some at my age, man. Come on, man. Daggone. Every black man on the show is weak. Okay. Badao. Thank you very much. You love The Walking Dead. I can watch 1 or 2 episodes, but I can't watch like 6-8 hours straight and then go to bed watching. I mean, it's just like every 5 minutes, it's like, okay, here's
Luke Cage, maybe I'm Luke Cage. Maybe.
I mean, damn.
I can binge watch that, but that's it.
She used to do Breaking Bad too. It's like, Well, guys, that's going to be it for tonight. I hope you guys had as much fun as I did. Like I said, we're going to be doing things a little bit differently than we've done before. We're not going to take any of the garbage, the personal attacks or anything like that. We're going to try and keep the site clean. I know there's going to be trolls out there and haters and things like that, but I need your help. When these people come in to try and start some stuff, I need your help, because I go after them. They're just going to continue to kind of go after me. But I need your help to help kind of clean out some of the stuff, because I really just do not want what we had before. But guys, make sure you check out that documentary by Michael. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sport. Oh, excuse me, to spread the mojo. I'll see you soon.